Hey guys, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. So this story comes because this actually happened yesterday. Um, and at first I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna really say anything. And then it was like, you know what, if you don't say anything, you're kind of just giving in to exactly what's going on, where you're almost at the point where you just don't talk. I did a live earlier today, and at that point in the live, I was like, you know what? Don't address it. Don't say anything. Just, keep it to yourself. But I'm going to use this as a learning tool to others, because yesterday was a very different kind of day. Let me just say that. At that moment, the reaction was not what people thought the reaction would typically be. Because I'm going to explain something to you guys of what's really going on. And I hope this message is not given in the wrong format, because there's going to be some ignorance. There's going to be people who are very ignorant to what I'm about to say. Let me get my scripts real quick. All right, I'm back. Because typically they expect us as African Americans to respond to things in a different light. They expect us to respond to things in a very negative way. They expect us to be the monkeys that they say that we really are, monkeys. Okay? Sorry, I keep disappearing, but I am trying to do my hair at the same time, so that's not helpful. But let's get straight into it. So, as I was saying, they expect us to be the monkeys that they say we are. One thing that I've learned, and I'm sure you guys see this meme going around a lot. The meme says, how you handle a situation is going to define the outcome of the situation. And the reason I say that is because we're in a time right now where there's all these riots going on. There is a lot of looting going on. A lot of angry people, totally understandable. There's a lot of misinformation going around. There's a lot of I can't take it anymore going around, which I'm gonna be quite honest. I totally understand every reason of what's going on. Okay. But yesterday they had a peaceful protest here in Orlando, downtown Orlando. I saw it going around on social media, but I really didn't know where it was going on and, what time, that kind of thing. I am one of those people where, I have never been in a protest. I've never been a part of a protest. I've never, I'm just not that kind of person. Okay. Everybody knows who they are, how they are, what they are. And I am not one of those kinds of people. I'm very, I'm a stand to the sider. Everybody's not a always. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're different types of people. We handle things in a different way. That doesn't mean that you don't care. That just means that is just not your way of dealing with things. And yesterday, me and my husband, my other half, we went out with the intention of doing a little bit of shopping, okay, which we had done. And he said that before we even went shopping, we were at home and he was showing me these shoes that he said he wanted and that he was going to purchase, which I totally looked at him like he was a crazy person because the shoes were like $2,000 and they were a pair of Nikes with some cow prints on them and different colors. But he was adamant on him wanting these shoes, that he was going to buy these shoes. You know, when a man wants something, they want something. You can't really talk them down. You can give them their logic, but if they want it, they want it. Me personally, I would never in my right mind go and pay $2,000 for a pair of Nikes. I'm one of those people. Okay? But apparently, this pair of Nikes was just so limited edition that if you got the pair, it was just his thing. But there was only one store in the city of Orlando that carried it, and it was a brand new store that had just opened here. And he wanted to go there to patronize this store because he liked the stuff that was in the store. And the owner of the store apparently is this older white guy who's not from Orlando. You're from another city and you open the store here. Okay. So on our way to the store, because the store is actually located in downtown Orlando, the store is called Status, which at this point it has no status, but we'll get to that part of the story in just a moment. So on our way from the first set of stores that we went to, he was like, I want to go to this store. You know, me, I'm trying to divert from the store because I'm like, okay, you're about to go spend $2,000 on a pair of Nikes. Like, I just don't agree, but that's what he wanted to do. Okay, if I want a pair of red bottoms and I tell him that that's what I want, he's gonna buy it. So I'm not gonna deter his thing of what he wants when he wants it, because that's just him. Okay. As we're going downtown, this is when we start seeing all the not riots. I shouldn't have said riot. There was no riot. The peaceful protests. Let me not use the wrong term because that's not a good thing. You don't want to put the wrong term to something. There was a very peaceful, humbling protest going on downtown. And I mean that in the most positive way, because it was absolutely amazing. It was beautiful to see because it was my first time ever seeing a protest in my life, in live and living color. Even with the Trayvon Martin protest, I did not go down there to see it. So, this was just amazing to me. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, okay? If they say that you can't protest in peace, that is a lie. It was just beautiful. I loved every moment of it. I loved how civil everyone was. I loved the level of class everybody had. I feel like everybody came with the right mindset, okay? There might have been 1-2 people who carried on a little too much, but I understand. So as we're trying to get to this man's store, okay, we are going through every street downtown that we could possibly get to, trying to get past the protest. But the crazy part is the protest was happening and we had no choice but to get out of the car and literally partake in what was going on. We weren't marching in the protest, but we stood along the side and we just watched how beautiful this protest was, how positive the protest was, and how amazing the message was. Okay? Period. So it made it where, because we could not pass the street that they were on, because the police had blocked off the streets downtown, which literally was the parallel street, and you have to cross the street to get to where we were going. We ended up parking the car and standing to the side with a lot of other spectators and watching the protest and filming and just, embracing this amazing movement that was going on. So we go through driving for almost 30 to 45 minutes, trying to get to the store, to the point where we end up having to stop, okay, and just partake in the protest. Maybe there was a reason why, all of this went on, because we ended up having to literally stop and partake in what was going on. After the protest was dying down slightly, we finally said, all right, we're going to try to get to this store because he's adamant on these damn shoes, period. So we finally make it across downtown to get to this store. We park We pay for parking because it's still Saturday. This is on a Saturday, and you still have to pay the parking meter. Not because there's a protest going on. The parking person definitely would not mind writing you a ticket. Okay? So we definitely made sure that we had to pay for parking. We had to park the car, situate the car, get out the car, and still had to walk to this store. As we approach the store door is a glass door. So you can see the people coming because the glass door has the name on it, has status on it, and then you have to literally open the door to go in. As we're opening the door, mind you, at this point, even though we know COVID-19 is going on, we actually didn't even remember to take the mask out of the car. So we ended up going in with no mask on, bare face, just like this, dressed nice. He's dressed nice. If you guys don't know my husband, he has dreads. So, we're all dressed nice. We're dressed like regular citizens. We're not dressed with his pants hanging down his ass, nothing like that. We are just dressed like normal people going in to patronize a store who a man is about to spend $2,000 on a pair of goddamn sneakers. As we enter the store, it's a little rinky-dink looking store, okay? In my mind, I'm like, I'd be damned if I'm about to spend $2,000 in a store that look like this. But he still wants them. And as we walk in, there's two customers sitting here, and one of the dudes was trying on a pair of Yeezys. A white dude and his girl are sitting in the back. And the man who promotes the store on Instagram, who also is the owner of the store, is standing towards the back way. So I walk in behind my partner. I walk in behind him. And as we walk in, we say, hey, how's everybody doing? That's exactly what we said. Hey, how's everybody doing? Hey, how's everybody doing? And the response from everybody is, hey, but the owner's response is, can I help you? Who you here to see? Just like that. The response from the owner was not even, hey. The response was, who you here to see? So my partner, being the one who follows the page on Instagram, is like, oh, I'm here to see you. You're the one that I see on Instagram all the time. When my husband says this, the man's response is, who you here to see? He's like, you the guy that posts the thing on Instagram. I came here to see you. Because mind you the only one that works here. Bro, you don't have any employees. You're the man on the Instagram in this 3x2 inch store. So who else is he coming to see? Your cousin? Okay. After he says that, we see he goes to the back like this, because there's a door. You go into the door. We can't see him. Comes back out with a motherfucking 12 gauge. Like, is there a problem? Y'all, I cannot make this up. I cannot make this up. Holding the 12 gauge like this. Is there a problem? Is there a problem? At this point, me and my husband think that this man is joking. Because there's customers in the store. There's a man and a woman sitting here. We're literally thinking that this man is joking. Because I'm behind Jay. So I'm like, okay. Jay is like, bro, what's going on? Like, did I miss something? Because at this point, when you're in a state of shock, you're just in a state of shock. You're not even in a state of like, oh, fuck this, I'm about to go. You're not even in that state of mind. You're just like in a state of shock. Okay? When I tell you that this man, after the second time he said it, we figured that he was not joking. Because it happened so fast. It happened in like a minute and a half. Okay? At this point, we figured that he's not joking. So my husband, let me tell y'all something about my partner. This man is a man that will take your head off in 2.7 seconds. But as you grow, as you get older, and as you mature, you don't take things head on. And you learn to pick your battles very wisely. And it was crazy because it was almost like our roles reversed yesterday, because I'm usually the one that talks down and calm. He's usually the one that is like what? Like, Lord, this could have turned out so wrong yesterday. Okay, so as he's saying whatever he's saying, my husband is like, bro, I don't know what you're going through, but I don't know what's all that for. I came here to shop, so I'm not sure what happened or what you're going through, but what's all this for? Calm as day. I was like, man, look at God working. Because I know who I'm dealing with here. I know who I'm dealing with here. Okay? Y'all don't know my Jay. I know my Jay. And I know someone could have died yesterday and it probably wouldn't have been him. This is how I know growth is amazing. Okay? Then the man proceeds to go back to wherever he went, put back whatever he came out, comes out and says, you know what, bro, I'm so sorry. In my mind, shopping done, dear, done. Brother, I don't want your blood clot shoes where I leave. But my husband wanted these. I don't know. I don't think he wanted the shoes at this point. Let me not say that. He did not want the shoes at this point. But let me tell you something that I learned yesterday. You can tell you something. You see, when you jump to conclusions and you run an MFing business, okay? When you jump to conclusions and you run a MFing business that thrives off of these little rinky-dink ass $2,000 shoes, I'm going to call them rinky-dink because when I saw them up close and personal, I said, brother, them there belong in a somebody thrift store. That's all. Okay? So at this point, the man is apologizing, and trying to explain why he reacted the way he reacted, which still meant not a mother effing thing. Oh, bro, they have stuff on Twitter. They're going to come loot my store. So the moment he said that in my mind, I'm like, so because we are two African Americans that walks in here, you automatically assume that we came to loot your little raggedy ass store. Mind you, you're talking to two people who run multiple businesses. My husband has two businesses and I have two businesses. He has two, I have two. Even my suite of my little salon is bigger than that motherfucking 3x2 store that you have. But we didn't have to pull the class card on him because we knew our level of class. And sometimes you got to show people that just because you see me as an African American, baby, let me explain something to you. I am one of those people where I definitely understand you have to have class with everything you do. I got class, baby. And one thing I know my husband has is class, like royalty, like class, okay? And when I tell you he handled that shit with so much class yesterday, because I know my other half, that whole store would have been turned upside down. He would have mollywalked the dog off of this man. Okay? But you automatically profiled us because you saw two African Americans who are a little bit urban. We're both urban, okay? You saw my hairstyle? I'm urban. My husband is urban, okay? We're urban, but we have class. We run businesses. We are business owners. We're not Lil Hoodlum, JJ, and Shaniqua. No disrespect to anybody that has that name. We're neither of the two, okay? I walk into a place with grace and style. My other half does it 10 times better than me. Grace and style. We walk in that bitch like royalty, okay? Throw the flowers down at our motherfucking feet as we walk in, because that's how clean we step in there, okay? But you automatically assumed that because we are African Americans, whether I was dark skin, light skin, albino, whatever, me could have black like my brazier. You see this? Okay. I could have been black like that. But guess what? I walked in there with the anticipation, number one, behind my mate, who I'm sitting here looking like, if you buy these shoes that I have not seen for this amount of money, we're not going to talk in the car. He didn't care. He wanted the shoes. Okay. We went through all of that to come and patronize your little raggedy ass store. Okay? Point blank period. Brother, let me back up because I'm gonna be crystal now. Let me take the class down for a second. If you saw this man, you would have said crackhead any goddamn way. He looked like a fucking crackhead. Sorry, excuse my language, YouTube. Don't block my video. He looked like a effing crackhead. You look like a jug, period. And you have the audacity to profile me and him Did I miss something? Did I miss something? You classed me and him, but you look even lower than we do. This is what kills me in this time of life now. People will class you based on your skin tone. They will profile you based on your skin tone. But our level of class is 17 times above you. No disrespect, because I'm not one of those people that I'll diminish people, but when you deserve it, when you invited me to demolish your ass, that's where you belong. You are less than the shit in this toilet. Don't, please, people. Let's be very, very, very understandable here. Okay? Let's be understandable here. And this is the problem that we're dealing with now in the world, because even when we pose with class, it's still a problem. It's still a problem. Hold on. Sorry, Uber Eats came. Okay, let me get back to where I was. So now that he's seen that we did not come to loot your little store, and when I say little, I'm not joking. The store was less than a 10 by 10 in size. Period. Okay? Period. When he saw that we did not come there for that purpose, and my husband handled it in such a graceful way, because he was like, bro, I don't know what you're dealing with, but I came here to shop. So I don't know what you have in your mind, but I came here to patronize your store. Not knowing that you had just lost $2,000 in one sale. Bloop. Bloop. Someone said, you scared him when you said you was looking for him. He must have already been shitty with enough people for people to post on IG about coming to look for him. Right. But here's the thing. You are the marketer for your store. So if a person comes in automatically and says they're looking for you, I can see if a person comes in like this and says, bro, I'm looking for you. Or, because I'm a tone reader, I read tones. Hey, I'm looking for you. Then you have the absolute authority to jump to conclusions. But when a person comes in with a humble voice, when a person comes in with a calm tone, because I read tones, I can tell if you're happy, sad, or angry before you even say Crystal on the phone. I can hear you. His tone and his demeanor when he walked in, because he walked in before me, was in an upbeat way. Hey, I'm looking for you. Just like that. So if you take negativity from that tone, you were already looking for a problem. I don't care what happened to you. You were looking for a problem. Okay, we've been dealing with this situation of racism, profiling, and all of that for 400 years. But does that mean that the Uber driver that just dropped our food off, because he is of a different color, I open the door, drop my food right there? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's a level of class. And let me tell you something. Respect is due to a dog. That's one thing that my husband preaches to me over and over and over again. Respect is due to the lowest, to the floor, your dog. Because guess what? You go and you kick that dog, when he bites your ass, you can't say that, man, his dog. No, you're supposed to respect him too, because he'll bite your ass. That's how it works. Respect. Everything that we're dealing with right now is about respect. We are not given respect. We are automatically profiled and classed as the lowest of the low before we even open our mouth. Who knew that you were talking to a college graduate? Myself. Who knew that he was talking to two double business owners? Two. Not one that walked in, two. Who knew that you was talking to a man that was coming to patronize your MFing store with those little shoes? Who knew that the same African American that you thought was going to be a looter of low class as that, a looter in broad daylight, brother, and we're going to walk in there? Come on now. Come on now. We're going to walk in there in the middle of the day to loot your store, barefaced. Just brave some. Just take it. No. No. So, hold on. Us being the psychological people that we are, classy people, we walked over to the shoes because after he saw that we came there with no ill intent, after he saw that we came there to actually patronize his store, another customer sat right there and was like, bro, he did the same thing to me. And I'm sitting here like, are you trying on these dirty, dusty ass Yeezys? I wouldn't try those on. I would have left them right there. Because you want them so bad. You know what I mean? I'm not here to deter your choice. It's your choice, your money. Okay? After he does that, we turn to the wall of the shoes. That was $2,000. I took my hand, just like such, looked at the shoe, touched it, and I said, that's it? He's like, yeah, babe, that's it. Still with a nice tone, okay? We bypassed the whole situation because now we're going to show you class, and we're going to show you class in the right way. We looked at the shoe. I said, babe, them shoes are ugly. I don't like the cow colors, and they're not presented right. My husband said, you're right. Let's roll. Turn to our backs. And as we go to walk out the door, here's the guy. Bro, once again, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. Fuck and your apology. We didn't need it. We came, we saw your shoe, you lost money, and now we're gonna go. And you know when we left, I guarantee you the conversation in that store was, dang, bro, you really messed up. And I know in his mind and in his heart, because everybody has a conscience. Everybody has a conscience. Even your animal that bites you has a conscience. If my dog poops in the house and we come inside, his conscience tells him, man, I'm in trouble. So he puts his head down. Your animal has a conscience. So no one can sit here and say people don't think about stuff. Yes, they do, because you have a conscience. And your conscience is going to ride you. That is a Jamaican term. Your conscience is going to ride you. You ever did something so messed up that you thought about it for days? Because I guarantee you he did. Okay? I guarantee you he did. Because he looked at it and said, well, man, you know the lesson was? Not all African American people are here to hurt you. We are not animals. We're not dogs. Okay? We are not monkeys. We are not slaves. We are not anything of that nature. We have just as much and sometimes 20 times more class than you do. We also own businesses. We also make money. We also like nice and the finer things in life. My home is finer things for me. Okay? We don't live in a shoe. We don't have 37 cats. We eat out of plates with a knife and a fork at our table. How about that? How about that? So while you introduced that racial profiling, it turned around to be a lesson to spank your ass. And you lost money. How about that? Let me know how your shoe sales go later. Because you won't get it from this. You won't get it from here. So, the average person, and I'm not even gonna down anyone that would have taken it to another level, because when we left the store and we got in the car, I told my husband, I said, babe, wow, you handled that in such a level that I would never understand. Hello? Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm so glad he didn't buy the shoes. Y'all are so adamant on these shoes. I was glad he didn't buy those god awful shoes. Listen, if you don't go get you some Fendi, some Louis, some Gucci, some somebody, Ferragamo, some company we've never even heard of, go get those. When we dehumanize each other, it's easy to kill and disrespect without conscience. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that was our first and our last time in that store. That was our first and our last time in that store. And you know what's the crazy part? Because little did he know, we went out of our way to come and patronize your little store. Okay? Your liquor store. Make a class yourself. Your liquor store. Okay? We went out of our way to do so. Okay? And bro, I wish you all the best because I know your store is not going to last. And guess what? It's not going to last because of looting. It's not going to last because of your attitude, your demeanor, and how you treat people. People don't take that for too much. They don't do that. And I'm damn sure one of the people that I rule by the power of money. My husband does the same. Rule by the power of money, baby. And you won't get my dollar. You won't get his dollar. You won't get anybody that I know dollar. Period. You want them rinky-dink $2,000 shoes? We're going to find them somewhere else. You probably pay a couple more dollars because that's the level of class you have. To go right on ahead, bro. Do it. Not there. I don't care if them shits is on sale for 70% off. Nope. Nope. Money is what hurts people. That's one thing I'm learning. Money hurts people, okay? Treat me like crap. All it takes is for me to tell one tells 10, 10 tells 100, and 100 spreads the word to over 1,000. And your store will literally go to the shits. And it didn't go to the shits because of looting. It went to the shits because you don't know how to treat people. And that's not how you do people who are coming to spend money in your store. Because the first thing as a person, if I'm afraid that someone's coming to loot my store and you have stuff like that in your store, the first thing I would have done is hired security then. You shouldn't have to be in there with a 12-gauge shotgun. You should be in there with security. That's what people with class do. That's what people with a business sense do. If you're that afraid, hire you a security guard to stand outside for the day. There's a lot of people without work and they'd be glad to do it. There's a lot of people out there with a D license that would be glad to stand in front of your store and ask people questions before they walk in. Instead of you sitting there looking like a jackass, thinking that everybody walking in is coming to hurt you. I guess because I'm dark-skinned, I'm automatically going to hurt you, huh? You felt inferior. Okay. Okay, brother. So the lesson that was learned yesterday was, number one, you don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, that's number one. You don't judge a book by its cover. Number two, you don't profile people because we could have profiled him. We could have profiled him, and as we walked in and said, we ain't gonna buy no $2,000 shoes from no crackhead. Ew. We didn't do that. We didn't do that. We could have walked in there and said, why does it look like this? I'm not going to pay you with my credit card because I don't know where my information is going. We could have walked in and said, can we see your credentials to make sure that this is a legitimate store? Because you don't look like you belong here. Because he really didn't. A post went up yesterday, and I think Niecy Nash put it up, the first one that I saw. And it said if they love Black people as much as they love Black culture, we've been in a better place. And that is so true. Because while you're in there, sir, you're in there selling urban shoes. You're selling Yeezys that might not have been handmade by an African-American, but they were created by an African-American. The concept came from an African-American. Even the thought came from an African American. Your in there dressed urban because your style came from an African American. The lady and her man that was sitting in the back, I'm gonna tell y'all how crazy it got. Hold on, I missed the piece. Let me back up. I had on my Louis V mask, okay? The one that I had made for me. I had that on, and actually I didn't have it on, I'm lying. I had it in my hand, actually. Back up. I had it in my hand, but my thought process was not to put the mask on. So it was just in my hand. So the lady, the white lady, who was there with her other half, who was trying to make it not so bad, because you could tell that she knew that he had did wrong, because she was trying to have a conversation like, oh girl, don't even worry about him, guys. He just had a hard day. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I don't care. We've had a lot of hard days, but we got to put a smile on our face to go to work. Period. Okay? So here she comes. Oh my gosh, she has one of the masks. She thinks that I have the $3,000 Louis mask that they made when I only had a $65 mask, but it looks so good because your girl knows how to carry stuff. It looks so good. She's like, where did you get that from? So in her mind, you already put me above you anyway. Because you really was looking like, wait, you can get that? Not knowing that it was fake anyway. You see how in the first impression can kill someone? I didn't even open my mouth. All you saw was the print. All you saw was the print. And because the mask is made so dope, it is so dope. It looks so expensive. You trying to run. Oh my gosh. Then here she go. Girl. So where you got that girl from? Where you got that culture from? Where that came from? Because I know Becca don't do that. Becca is, really? Not, girl. And your dude sitting over here with a goatee looking like he think that he is like Pastor Troy around here. And he's sitting there like, bruh, that thing is hot. Bruh, I'm not your brother. So y'all can clearly steal the culture, but you can't appreciate us as human beings. Okay, y'all. Anyone else in deer in the headlights? Oh man, that was just, yesterday was just very special. We literally experienced racial, listen, my tongue is so tied, experienced racial profiling in the first degree. And that man does not know that that could have turned out in a very bad way. Very bad. Because let's say my husband walked in with his licensed firearm, and you go and take out your thing and out of back. Mind you, we walk into your place. We did not threaten you. We did not do anything. We go in, you take that out. He pulls his out and pow. Who's wrong here? You pulled out your weapon not knowing if he has a weapon, and you're threatening him with your weapon. So you could have been hurt in your own store. It didn't go that way though, but it could have gone very wrong. Anyone that understands what my concept is, that could have gone very wrong. Very wrong. But instead, my husband demeaned him so easily. He's like, you know what? I came here for these, but nah, I don't want these. And it had to end with another apology. And as we leave your store, you jump on your little bike. Whether you ride a bike on top of that. And you try style somebody, you lose your ass mind. Mm-hmm. And you could tell that he really felt like crap. So we exited peacefully. We We exited peacefully. We don't have to go and carry on and do certain things. We don't have to go back there. Now, some people would have been so upset they go back there and do all kind of craziness to the little raggedy store. But I'm gonna be quite honest, y'all. It ain't even worth. It wasn't worth doing all of that. It really wasn't, because the store really didn't have shit. So it wasn't really worth you going and looting. The really only thing you're gonna really do is the windows cost more than the store. So it's like you would have really turned up the windows, and the windows don't even belong to them, and it belongs to the building. Like, what's the point? What's the point? I don't have to loot you. But I guarantee you that this story time is going to go around about your little store status. And I'm going to spread the word to any and everyone. Don't go there. Because he's disrespectful. See, I beat people with the power of money. Finances. You're a retail store. You need people to spend their money. Looting your store ain't going to really do nothing for me. That's stupid. That shows anger, and sometimes it shows ignorance. Looting shows a negative message. The positive message is the power of money. Don't spend no money in there. Tell everybody else don't spend no money in there. You see the story time? It's 140,000 people following you. You think 140,000 people not going to spread this message, especially the ones that live right here in the city of Orlando? Okay. Let me know how your store goes. Let me know how your sales go. It's baby. Okay. Look at Papa John's. Huh? They're barely surviving. The stores be so dry. The stores be dry. Yes, they move money off us, but needs to know that these days are over, using us to make a profit. What's the name of the store? It's called Status. Their Instagram name is Status Orlando. And I'm not going to say their. His Instagram name is Status Orlando. Mm-hmm. 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 So, let this be a word to the wise. If you're in the city of Orlando, please don't go there. Please don't go there. No, our kids weren't there. Our kids weren't there. And even if they were, style and grace, baby. Because guess what we're teaching them? We're teaching them to have style and grace and class. You don't have to demean yourself and tear down your culture by being in a certain light or acting a certain way, because they expect you to act a certain way. He expected us to come in there and cause trouble, didn't he? To only see that we can't let us spend hard-earned money on your little raggedy store with your little raggedy shoes. Because me personally, when I saw the shoe up close, I was like, oh, hell no. IG name is Status Orlando. Absolutely. And I'm gonna leave him a nice Google review. And I'm one of those people where I'm real sarcastic. My review, I automatically am going to start with thanks so much for your hospitality. Absolutely. Thanks so much for letting us know that African Americans, even though our culture is something that you profit from, you definitely don't want to profit from the actual person, the actual African American that walked in your store and you disrespected them. You thought that we were looters. We came to spend our money in cash. No credit, no card. Okay. Yep. So clearly y'all can tell that the problem is definitely not ours. Someone said that they just went to his Instagram and he has a gun standing outside his store. Let me tell you something. When you take crack, when you smoke meth and all them something there, paranoia is a very big thing. That's what I know saying is a crackhead. Okay? When you do certain drugs and you can't see the drugs from the person, no disrespect. You can't see the drugs from the person. All if you use a recovering crackhead. That paranoia is still on your back. Okay. All right. Very paranoid. But if you're that paranoid about your store, sweetheart, let me tell you something. You think if they're gonna loot your store, they're gonna loot it during the day? They're gonna loot it when your ass is at home in your bed sleeping in the middle of the night, and all you get is a call that says the shit is burning down. You can't stop that, dude. You worried about that? Then you need to get 24-hour security. That's all. That's all. I honestly feel like ain't nobody targeting that little raggedy store. Bro, you don't even have enough shoes in there for somebody to go target that store. Okay? If they really want to target that store, they could have been did that. Ain't nobody doing that. It's not worth all that. And if they do, they wasted their time too. Period. Let me get my big cone. They wasted their time too. So I hope this story time was a real eye opener for you guys. I hope this story time came with a message of more positivity than negativity. Because even through the jokes that I was making, take all seriousness to what I'm saying, you guys. We don't have to act in a certain manner to get our point across. They expect us to act like animals. They expect us to act like monkeys because they think that we are monkeys and we evolved from a banana. But you don't have to act that way. When you kill people with class and style and grace, 90% of the time the message works. When you kill them with that much class and say, sweetheart, you are so beneath me, not even worth it. 90% of the time that will work. That little 10% gap does sometimes come in with other things, but we don't have to automatically assume that. You can handle things in such a manner where you demean them so low and you have not even raised your voice. I am so good at that. I am so good at that. I can demean you with a very, very, very low tone, a humble tone. Hmm. My husband is the GOAT. Period. My man is the GOAT. Greatest of all time. Period. Because baby, he's taught me so much. He literally has taught me so much. Literally. Okay. College graduate millionaire lost money anyway you think of it. And he also lost patronage from who else you would have sent people to his business. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. He lost a whole bunch. You don't even know how much he lost. He lost a whole bunch. Because one thing I tell you, reputation is everything. Your name means everything. Your name means everything. Your name, everything. You're gonna spray or you're not gonna spray? Don't give me no trouble. Spray. Yeah, so crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Thank you guys. So this doesn't want to spray. Let me do this first. Let me work on this part first. And then I'll take that off. Me personally, if this is a big if Nike gave him those shoes to sell, they need to pull his whole damn contract. Which I highly doubt he has a contract. Because in order for you to get a contract through Nike, you have to automatically buy $30,000 worth of shoes. Automatically. That's before they'll even give you a contract. So I guarantee you there's no contract. Yep. Thumbs up this live, guys. Please and thank you. The world needs to see this, especially anybody located in the city of Orlando. I love you, Crystal. You are awesome. Thank you. T.I. announced the boycott day for African Americans and not spending money. Child, we need to do that even more than one day. Unless it's the African American business, don't patronize it. I'd say a whole week. It takes about a week for people to really feel the consequences of not getting someone's money. Yep. So I thank you guys for listening to my story time, which it's not a untrue story. This is a very true story. This really happened yesterday, guys. I could not make any of this up. Like, we were just so taken back. We were just like, no, did this just happen? Like, this is how we were looking yesterday. Like, wait, did this just happen? Babe? Huh.